Chapter 4 of the Tale of Grandfather Mole. Read for LibriVox.org. The Tale of Grandfather Mole by Arthur Scott Bailey. Chapter 4. A New Way of Taking a Stroll. Grandfather Mole was digging a new gallery under the garden, leading out from his house into a field of corn, where he expected to find a good many fine grubs. His work was half done, and he was under the cabbage patch, when he found himself in the open air. Farmer Green's hired man's hoe had left a small hollow between two heads of cabbage, and as luck had it, Grandfather Mole's gallery led straight into it. So the first thing he knew, there he was right out in the light of early morning, and somebody called out in a cheery sort of voice, "Howdy-do, Grandfather Mole! It's a pleasure to see you, and isn't this a beautiful day?" Grandfather Mole knew at once that he had nothing to fear, for he recognized Jimmy Rabbit's voice. And he knew, too, without being told, that he was in the cabbage patch, for Jimmy Rabbit could be nowhere else at breakfast time. "Good morning," said Grandfather Mole. "I hope you are enjoying your breakfast." "I am," Jimmy Rabbit answered, "and as soon as I've finished this leaf I'm eating now, I'm going to take a stroll. Won't you join me?" "I don't care if I do," said Grandfather Mole, meaning that he'd be glad to walk with Jimmy. And in about half a minute Jimmy Rabbit said he was ready. "Very well," Grandfather Mole told him. "Let's be on our way. I'll see you at the edge of the duck pond." And to Jimmy Rabbit's amazement he stuck his nose straight down into the loose dirt, thrust out his strong forefeet, and was out of sight before Jimmy Rabbit could speak. The duck pond was just beyond the garden fence, and since Grandfather Mole had accepted Jimmy's invitation, there was nothing for Jimmy Rabbit to do but to go to the edge of the pond and wait. He grew very restless, for it was a long time before Grandfather Mole appeared, but at last the old gentleman's head came popping up out of the ground, and the owner of the head cried, "Here I am, and I'm glad to see you haven't kept me waiting, young man. I dug so fast I was afraid I'd get here before you did." Really, he had made astonishing speed for one who had tunneled his way underground, and being a polite person, Jimmy Rabbit could only tell Grandfather Mole that he had been very quick. "And now we're this far," Grandfather Mole remarked, "I'd like to stroll over in the meadow, if that suits you." Jimmy Rabbit said that it did. There was clover in the meadow, and he had waited so long for Grandfather Mole that he had begun to feel hungry again. A luncheon of clover tops, it would be exactly what he needed. "Then let's be on our way," Grandfather Mole cried again. "I'll join you on the other side of the duck pond." End of Chapter 4.